Assalamu alaikum and welcome to this very first Islamic movement therapy session. So you come to find a comfortable seat. You can move the fleshy bits under your sit bones out so that your actual sit bones ground down into the earth. And then once you find a comfortable seated position, you can bring your eyes to close. Then you can go ahead and start to set a niyyah for the session. You know why you're doing these sessions. Perhaps you're wanting to be more comfortable in sujood. Perhaps you're wanting to have a better focus on your salah and not focus on your pain. So, whatever that intention is, you can set that now. And then, as always, we begin with Bismillah. You can gently blink your eyes open if you like, or keep them closed. You're going to start to move into some stretches when you're ready. So, we'll be starting with the neck stretches, and then we'll start to open the rest of the body after that. Starting with your neck, you can start to bring your right ear to your right shoulder, holding onto your head just to start to intensify the stretch onto the one side, and then repeating gently on the other side, lowering your ear to your shoulder. Inhale, and then exhale, start to tilt your head back, reaching your chin up to the sky, and then forward, bringing your chin down to your chest. You can do a few circular motions of your neck as well, just gently starting to open everything up. We're going to start from the top all the way down to the bottom, inshallah. And move into a few wrist rotations, starting with your right hand and then over to your left. You can go clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Do them on their own or together. Then bring your hands together and start to create a figure of 8 with your wrists. So much of our wrists are used to hold the weight of our bodies, and they're such small parts. Bringing your hands to your shoulders now, rotations forward and backwards. Again, just opening everything up. Your next inhale, reach your arms up alongside your ears. As you exhale, bring your right hand to your left knee, gazing over your left shoulder. Inhale, lifting up, creating space in your ribs. Exhale, see if you can go a little deeper. Coming back to center now, you're going to wrap your right leg all the way behind your hip, coming into a half pigeon, and then bring your forehead down to the mat. You can keep your hands on either side of your shoulders with your elbows bent as if you are in a sujood-like position from the hips up. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Coming back into cross-legged, inhale, arms rise, going over to the other side now. Your right hand onto your left knee, gazing over your left shoulder. Inhale to create space in the ribs, and then exhale, seeing if you can get a little deeper. When you come back to center, coming into that half pigeon position, lowering all the way down. And place your forehead on the mat if that feels comfortable for you. Inhale, coming all the way up, coming back to that cross-legged position. And then bring your feet out in front of you, base your hands down onto the mat, and then inhale, lift your hips up to the sky and open your chin up to the sky as well. So there's a long line coming from your chin all the way down to your pelvis. Lowering your sit bones back down, draw your knees to your chest, and then holding your hands on either side of the outside of your feet. Connect your belly to your thighs, and then slowly start to walk your heels forward, trying to keep a connection of your belly to your thighs as you find a forward bend. Now, some of you might have a straight line putting your knees down to the mat, and for others you're going to have a bend in your knees. That's absolutely fine. You're going to be here for a few more breaths, reminding yourself of your intention. And if at any stage you need to inhale Subhanallah, exhale, Alhamdulillah, to bring you back to where you are, you can do that. Coming all the way up now into a tabletop. You're going to bring your knees underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale into a cow position, dipping your tailbone. Exhale into a cat-like back, stretching your back out. Inhale for that cow-like position. Then exhale for that cat. Repeat this 2 or 3 more times. What we're doing is starting to move the synovial fluid that's in your spine around to create more spinal mobility, inshallah. Inhale. And exhale. On the next exhale, coming all the way up into that downward facing dog position. Your hands are on the floor and your aim is for your heels to ground down to the mat, but they may not go there today. What you're wanting to do is bring your belly as far to your thighs as you can, and maybe you need to take a few gentle movements before you do that. That might look like pedaling your knees out or lifting your heels up and place them back down, or maybe going into a few cross body stretches. Whatever you need to do to find some space into your back, into your hamstrings. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Start to walk your hands back towards your thighs, or towards your feet rather. You're going to be in a standing forward fold position, and then bring your hands to touch opposite elbows. Start to sway gently side to side. Inhale to the one side, exhale to the other. Inhale, exhale. Then we're going to come all the way around into a sunflower. So you're going to inhale to the right, come all the way up, exhale to the all the way down. You're going to do that 3 sides to the right, and then switch over 3 sides to the left. Every time inhaling up and exhaling down. So imagining you really inhaling into that lung as you rise up, and then exhaling into the opposite, out of the opposite lung. Back down in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lifts and your fingertips up your shins. Draw your shoulders back and then exhale. We're going to do that a few more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to lift up, create a tabletop with your back. Exhale to lower all the way down. Flip your palms to the sky and place your palms underneath your feet. This is going to allow you to work into your counterbalance. You can feel how all 4 corners of your feet and your hands are grounded down into the earth. And then maybe you can straighten one knee at a time, or maybe both knees. Release your hands from under your feet. Inhale and then rise all the way up, imagining you're stacking one vertebra gently on top of the other. And when you get to the top, you can give yourself a nice big shoulder roll. On your next inhale, you're going to come to stand nice and tall, arms rise alongside your shoulders. Inhale, then exhale as you come into a back bend. Inhale, arms rise alongside your ears, flip your palms to the sky. Exhale as you bend over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to rise. Exhale, lowering your hands all the way down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. I'm going to step your feet back now, coming into a high plank. Inhale. And then exhale, lowering your elbows all the way down, coming up into upward facing dog. And then from there, exhale as you gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center, draw your shoulders back. Exhale as you gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. And exhale, sending your sit bones back, coming into that child's pose-like position, forehead grounded down into the mat. Take 3 deep breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly walk your hands over to the right, placing your left hand over your right, starting to feel a stretch into the left side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the right, right hand onto your left hand, and feeling that deep breath into the right side of your body. Inhale, coming back to center. You're going to shift your chest forward now, bringing your hands into a cupping position. Start to feel that stretch into your shoulder blades as your sit bones are nice and high and your chest or your forehead are down to the mat. Back in your tabletop now. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. And notice if these swaying motions of the spine are starting to feel a little more fluid now as you engage into the kind of top position and bottom position of that spine. Inhale. Exhale all the way up into downward facing dog. Again, gesturing your chest towards your thighs, your sit bones nice and high. Start to create some space between your ears and your shoulders. Inhale, start to walk your hands back into that standing forward fold position, and then exhale. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way up, arms rise. Exhale, back bend. Inhale to lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step your feet back, coming into your high plank position, and then exhale, chaturanga, lowering your elbows to 90 degrees, coming through up dog, and then bringing your sit bones back into your child's pose position. Once again, moving your hands over to the right hand side, getting a stretch into the left side body, and then over to the center, all the way through to the other side. Big deep breath coming back through to center. Exhale, puppy's pose, sit bones nice and high, cup your fingertips before coming all the way down onto your tummy. Bring your hands to either side of your hips. Inhale, right leg extends up and back, and then step over into a scorpion type position. When you get into a stretch into that bottom shoulder and open your knee at the same time. You go over to the other side, your left leg extends up and stepping it all the way over into a scorpion's tail, getting into that bottom shoulder and opening that top knee as much as you feel comfortable with. One more breath. Exhale, back through to center. Bring your arms to either side of your hips now. Gaze is forward and down, and then inhale, lifting up into a locust pose. You're balancing on your belly essentially. Exhale down, place your right cheek down to the mat, strengthening those lower back muscles here. You're going to bring your gaze forward and down. Inhale, lifting all the way up, seeing if you can get a little more height this time. Exhale to lower down, left cheek down to the mat. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. You're going to bring your hands to either side of your body now, coming up through a plank, and then exhale into downward facing dog. See if you've created a little more space into the back line of your body now. Are those shoulders feeling a little more open? Inhale, subhanallah. Exhale, alhamdulillah. Inhale, lifting your right leg up as high as you can. Create a bend into your right knee, opening up that hip, and then exhale, place that leg down. Over to the other side. Inhale, left leg, scorpion tail with the left foot and knee, and then exhale all the way down. Coming back down into a tabletop. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Any movements that you feel you need to create last little bit of movement into your spine before settling down into a child's pose, your forehead down into the mat. Feel your belly pressing onto your thighs or onto the mat as you inhale. And then exhale, feel your navel draw towards your spine. One more breath just like that. Inhale and exhale. As your forehead grounds down to the mat, knowing this is the closest that you can be to Allah, an opportunity to send any kind of dua that you would like to Allah right now, and visualizing that dua rising up to Allah as you inhale, and as you exhale, feeling His mercy and peace descend upon you. When you're ready, you can come up to a seat. Thank you so much for joining me. Big deep breath. Assalamu alaikum.